you guys and Jeremy talked a little bit about how his blocking needed to progress from, in order to be kind of the all-around player you guys needed him to be. Where have you seen him make the biggest strides there this season?
Just all around. I mean, it's incredible what he's done just in one off season. But I don't know. It's kind of just like he's taking the governor off, and he's just kind of like taking those swings that he needs to take, and that just like helps everybody else, build up our confidence to, challenge us to do the same. So it's been great.
Do you know how he did it? Did you see what he did in the offseason that led him to this?
I think he was always capable. I think it was just more of a mentality thing. Making that transition to tight end is not easy. So it took a little bit of time, but he's definitely got there.
All right, we'll go next to Austin Ward, Leonard Monroe. Austin.
Luke, we know that you guys in that tight end room don't care about doing the dirty work or getting credit, but I wonder, does the mentality change? Is it a brighter mood when more footballs are coming your guys' way? Because it certainly seemed a bit more involved in the passing game this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice. I mean, just seeing what Ruck's been able to do the past couple of weeks. I mean, yeah, it definitely lightens the mood in our room. I mean, obviously we love everything that we do, but seeing our guys in the end zone and catching balls is great.
Thanks, man.
All right, next up, Tim May, Leonard Monroe. Tim.
Thanks, Mike. I couldn't get my cursor to work there for a second. You know how that goes, man. Hey, Luke, just you guys in general on the offense, how would you describe, if you had to describe your playbook, your play iPad to someone, how extensive is it? How deep does it go? Do you feel like you guys will always have an answer for something no matter what a defense kind of throws at you, surprise-wise from game to game?
Yeah, I think it's pretty extensive, and I mean that just speaks to like how great of a football mind Coach Day and Coach Wilson are, and all of our offensive coaches really I mean, they scheme better than anybody I've seen. So I mean, I think we have complete faith in them to give us a plan every week that's putting us in a great position to win.
Yeah, and one other thing, the confidence in your quarterback, who's got to run the show, obviously, that helps with the extensiveness of it. But the way y'all were able to get him on the edge last week and him still basically operate efficiently and stuff, what does that just bring? It's pretty obvious, but in your words, what does it bring to an offense when you have a quarterback who is that capable, et cetera?
I think it opens up any possibility, and it just gives, like I said, Coach Day and Wilson, free reign to do whatever they want, having complete confidence in Justin that he'll get the job done, and that his production has spoken for itself on that.
Thanks, man.
All right, we'll go next to Patrick Murphy, 247 Sports. Patrick.
Luke, you mentioned seeing Jeremy get in the end zone a handful of times these last two games. Do you or Jake petition Justin to throw it your way when you get down there?
I don't see it as my job to have to, go up and say something about it. But I mean, I think I do that through, what we do in practice and keeping his trust in me and us, as a unit. So no, I don't feel the need to do that.
In these more two tight end sets that you're running, though, it does seem like you guys have more opportunity even in the red zone. Is this something different, or were these opportunities there last year and the balls just didn't come your way as often?
I mean, like you said, playing as much 12 personnel as we have, I mean, that just amplifies those opportunities. I mean, we played, I think it was 112 snaps at tight end because of the 12 personnel sets we had. So I think that helps a lot, yeah. And then like I said, the trust we've built with the coaching staff and Justin.
Ready to go next to Bill Rabinowitz from the Columbus Dispatch. Bill.
Yeah, Luke, obviously it's a team sport and not an individual sport, but there is talk about Justin and the Heisman. Do you guys think about that a lot? Is that something that's on your mind? And then just how worthy do you think he is?
I know it gets talked a lot. I mean, Justin's obviously got my vote, but it's not like something we necessarily think about day to day. I mean, we're just focused on how do we win on Saturday. And obviously we have a lot of confidence in our quarterback and what he's capable of, but it's not necessarily something I think about all the time. But I mean, I think he's definitely deserving of it.
And, you were just asked about this a little bit, but we all know Ohio State's tight ends traditionally have not gotten the ball much, but the amount of time that you and Jeremy are getting to play together, the 12 formations, how big a part of the offense do you feel right now, you and Jeremy?
I feel like we've been a huge part. I mean, the amount of times we're at the point of attack is pretty incredible, and the work we put in, I think, is definitely paying off in that aspect. And being able to play off of each other has been great. We've been creating that good chemistry in the blocking game, and just knowing what each other is doing has helped a lot.
Thanks, Luke.
Alrighty. Next up, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com. Stephen.
Hey, Luke. How have you seen Cade Stover and Joe Royer make strides over the last couple of months here since they've been in the program, and with the tight ends specifically with Cade?
I think, the tight end position is a lot mentally. And so Cade coming from defense, having to learn our whole offense, and then Joe, obviously a freshman, I think they've made great strides, mentally with, what our job, like what we're asked to do. And then also just like the toughness that comes with it. I mean, Cade's probably one of the toughest guys I know. And I think Joe has fed off that and what we've been able to do so far and brought him along as well.
With Joe coming from an offense where he got the ball, and obviously that hasn't necessarily always been the case with tight ends here, but I mean, how have you seen some of the other parts of his game develop that you have to develop to be a tight end, the blocking, all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, that's just part of, coming and being Ohio State tight end, like the progress Ruck has made. I can see Joe making the same first initial steps in that, developing his blocking game and just being able to be tough at the point of attack.
Thanks.
All right, and the last questioner for Luke will be Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on Sports Illustrated. Brendan.
Hey, Luke, I'm hoping I can build off Austin's question here about being involved in the passing game. Chris and Garrett have gotten an awful lot of attention the first few weeks here because of how many catches and receiving yards and things they've accumulated. I don't want to make something out of nothing, so I'm hoping you can kind of explain this to me. Is the fact that you guys as a group have gotten more looks at tight end, do you think that's a result of the fact that Garrett and Chris have been so effective that defenses are paying more attention to them? Do you think it's schematic? Is it intentional? Why do you think the tight ends have been more involved this year?
I couldn't necessarily say for sure, but I do know that, having those guys on the outside puts a lot of stress on the defense. So, that could be why we've gotten a couple more looks, but I also know that the work we put in and practice and everything has also put us in that position. And obviously you've seen it with Jeremy the past couple weeks.
How about from just the specific play call perspective? Do you find that plays are being called more frequently where you or Jeremy or whoever's playing tight end is a primary option on a passing play as opposed to second, third option, just kind of see where things go?
I wouldn't say too more than usual. I know we kind of just go about our business on offense, and based on the week, the look might be there, it might not be. And especially with, checking plays, it might be there, it might get checked out. So, I don't think that's necessarily a thought process through our offense. We kind of just do what we do, and I think we're very successful with it.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Hey, Luke, thank you very much for your time today. Appreciate it.
No problem.